Britain's late princess Diana certainly had a fashion style all of her own. Everybody says so. And next week in London, some of her most memorable dresses will be sold at auction. Elizabeth Palmer shows us why the gowns tell Diana's personal story.
Over the years, her vast wardrobe ranged from the sublime to the, let's face it, occasionally ridiculous. But there's rarely been a style icon like her, and she knew it.
42,000. Are you all done?
Back in 1997, Diana organized an auction of her most exquisite dresses at Christie's in New York. The sale raised $3.25 million for charity.
All the clothes hung so well on her.
Now, 10 of the dresses will go under the hammer again, this time in London. Carrie Taylor owns the auction house managing the sale.
You know, if you buy something like this, worn by this beautiful historical figure, you know, it's probably quite a good investment for the future.
The dresses have already been bought once as an investment by Florida businesswoman Maureen Dunkel, but she ran into financial trouble and had to sell them off. And now they're on the block again. Each one is expected to sell for upward of $30,000.
We're lucky to have 10, which is amazing. But usually you just get one every year or two, perhaps, you know, from the original auction coming up. And there are a lot of museums who are interested and a lot of private collectors who are interested.
Taylor expects high interest in this black beaded number by British designer Catherine Walker, a gown Diana wore in a silk version to a UNESCO gala in 1994. And this one, heavy with embroidery, which was made for a 1992 state visit to India.
This very long line with the drop waist, it really sort of emphasized the height and the slenderness of the princess.
Later that trip, Diana sat forlorn and alone in front of the Taj Mahal, one of the first hints that her marriage to Prince Charles was in trouble.
I think that's what's so important about this collection, is that you can almost trace the history of a life through the clothes.
And a history of who was who. Here's Diana in the unforgettable dress she wore in 1985 as she was welcomed to the White House by President Reagan and his wife Nancy. Then later, as she danced with her host and an oh-so-young-looking John Travolta.
Do you think it'll go to an American?
I would hope it would. I think she enjoyed wearing it there. I would like to think it did.
American bidders will need deep pockets. Back in 1997, the dress went for...
Yours, Francis, for $200,000.
Next week in London, that price is expected to have doubled. For CBS This Morning, Elizabeth Palmer, London.